Hello fellow geeks and welcome to my channel, Running Geek Girl, and I am Running Geek Girl, aka Heather. I'm so glad that you're here. Just to give you a little bit of information about myself, I am a Ravenclaw. I am a stay-at-home mom. I have been running for about 5 years, and some things that I am not is a coach. I am not a nutritionist. I am not a doctor. In fact, all of my degrees are in theater and English. And I am not what you would call a natural athlete. Everything that I've done, I've had to work really, really hard for. So, why did I start this channel? Well, one of my goals for this year is to run the year, meaning since the year is 2020, I plan on running 2020 miles this year, 2020 miles. And a lot of the people in the groups that I saw were saying things like, I'm a walker and I want to get into running, but I don't know where to start. And 5 years ago, that was me. I had no clue where to start. I just knew that I wanted to run. Well, at this point in the year, most people have given up on any kind of a New Year's resolution. And in fact, this is a good time to completely start over. Don't call it a New Year's resolution, just call it a new goal. There are some things that you need to think about when you're making a goal. For instance, your goal needs to be something that's really specific. You can't just say, I want to get healthy or I want to lose weight. You need to come up with something specific that you want to do, like I want to lose 10 pounds or I want to drink less soda. Or if you're running, I want to run a 5K. And initially, that was my first goal. When I first started running was I wanted to run a 5K, but I could barely run more than 30 seconds before being completely wiped out. So it was something that I had to work on. Your goal needs to be something that you can actually measure yourself. So being able to step on a scale and seeing how much weight you've lost, being able to see how far, or how fast, or how long you can run. So it's something that you need to be able to take measurements on. If it's something that you can't measure, then you need to narrow it down into something that you can. You need to come up with something that is going to be attainable and realistic. Don't say, I'm going to run a 5K and then I'm going to run a marathon. Don't make some of the same mistakes that I did in trying to do too much too fast. And I'll talk a lot more about that as the channel goes on. But try to come up with something small that you can do. For instance, I'm going to floss every day this week. See how far you can get in a week and see what happens. Or say, for the rest of this month, I'm only going to drink 1 soda a day. So come up with something that's small and something that you can do for a certain amount of time and then see where you can go from there. You need to have something that is time-based. You need to have an end point in sight, either by the end of the year, by the end of the week, end of the month, end of the summer. Just have some sort of check-in date where you're going to have to work up until that point and then see where you are. And only try to handle one change at a time. Don't try to do 12 things at once. I've seen so many people say, okay, I'm going to eat better and stop drinking soda and start working out and stop smoking and this and this and this and read more. And it's overwhelming. You can't do everything at once. Come up with one small change that you want to make. Try it for a week, try it for 2 weeks, try it for a month. See if it's something that you can become routine with, and then try and add something else to it. But don't try to take on the entire world at once. When you're trying to attain your goals, don't try for perfection. Some days you may just have to go for, you know what, I tried and it was good enough. There are some days when you're not going to be able to work out for 30 minutes like you planned. Try to work out for 10 minutes or maybe even 15 minutes. Or say, I can't work out today, but I will work out tomorrow. Jump on the boat as soon as you can. If you messed up with a meal, try not to do 2 bad meals in a row. Don't just say, well, I blew it for lunch and so I'm going to eat whatever I want the rest of the day. Jump back on the horse as soon as you can. Days will not be perfect. You will have a lot more imperfect days than you have perfect days. Just try to go for good enough for most days. You need to find a source of support. It can be your friends, your family, co-workers. You can have people online. I have an amazing group of people that I talk to online that keep me encouraged. They keep me on task. They help remind me that I need to be working out, that I need to get this done and this done. and they are absolutely wonderful in giving me encouragement when I need it the most. But find someone that did something that you want to do and ask them for advice or help, whether they're in real life or online. I know some people that I've met online that have done some amazing things, and I've asked them, okay, what was your technique in trying to get to A, B, and C? So there's lots of places that you can turn to and try and find help. Hopefully this will give you a good idea of where your head needs to be in order to get started. If you're new to running, what questions do you have about how to get started so that I'll know where to head the channel from here? If you're already a runner, then what do you wish you knew when you first started out? If you would, leave your comments down below, and while you're here, why not subscribe to the channel? It's free and I'll have more videos coming up. Leave a thumbs up just to let me know that you were here. You can also find me on social media, on Instagram and on Twitter and on Facebook under the name Running Geek Girl, and you'll find links to all of those in the description box below. Thank you so much for being here, and I will see you soon in the next video. Bye.